welcome to Gunners Are Us, where we are positively England.
And that we are.
And we're going to be, right?
Yes, we are.
We're going to find the positives.
It's like the Bart Simpson part of The Simpsons at the start when he keeps writing on the board. I'm going to be positive about England.
Yeah.
I am going to be positive about England. I'm going to be positive about England.
Oh, it's the law of attraction. You got to be positive.
So I actually have a, quite an opinion on this that might be a little bit out of left field. So I'll let you think about what I'm about to say. Well, you can assume what I'm about to say, but I have reason.
Okay.
Of what a ridiculous statement I will make.
Okay, so you know what? You did a lot of this last night, and it made a lot more sense to me when you were saying it. And I've seen a lot of other people say a lot of negative stuff. And I don't know if that's because negativity gets, like, hits. I don't know. But the stuff you were saying does make sense.
I'll just say this. The French media still think they're winning the Euros.
Yes.
They scored the same amount of goals as us, conceded the same amount of goals, got the same amount of points. But they came second in their group.
Yeah.
And none of their outfield players scored a open play goal. They scored a penalty and an own goal. We had two actual good moves that ended in goals.
Yep.
But French media, I'm not saying, by the way, and again, we'll talk also about the comments made by the media and the reaction of the players, because I have an opinion on that as well. Okay. So again, you can look forward to all these opinions because they're coming. But hey, this is Gunners Are Us. If you listen to iTunes, Spotify, give us a 5-star review. If you're watching this on TikTok or some kind of capacity, just download the podcast. Just do those kind of things because this is a podcast at the end of the day. But we are trying to on our road to 10K on TikTok. Yeah. So
we like to talk and you like to listen.
If you've never seen our TikTok, go to Gunners Are Us podcast on TikTok. We do 2 videos a day. Go like them all, go comment on them all, and do all that. We go live every single Wednesday GMT, 10 a.m. GMT, which is going to be interesting because the next couple of weeks, it's all going to be a bit up in the air.
Woo!
Until the end of the Euros, and then 3 days after England win the Euros, we'll be back to our this current regular schedule,
and you'll be back in the country,
and we'll be also talking about preseason. Yeah. So between now and the end of that tournament, it's all going to go a bit Pete Tong. But we're still going to bring you that 10 a.m. GMT TikTok, and some kind of podcast will be coming out every Wednesday.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Don't know where it's coming from. Don't know who's on the podcast. You'll get both of these things.
We will make it happen no matter what.
Right. No, simply just because I'm going to Florida with a guest of the show, Elton Prince from the WWE fame.
Heck yeah.
So he might be on it.
That'd be good.
Joe will be here.
Yeah.
That GMT time is not good for if I'm in Florida. It's 5 a.m. and I don't think me shouting in a WWE superstar's house at 5 in the morning is ideal. So I'm not going to do that. So Joe's going to do it here.
Yeah.
He's looking after the dog.
Hell yeah.
So, hey.
It's going to be a good time.
Stuff will happen, and it will happen at the time.
So me and Luke will be on the TikTok.
Yeah, basically. Cool.
Yeah.
So as far as Arsenal is concerned, not much is happening. I know that Arteta has recently, in the last couple of days, gone to Marbella, and he's invited the players that are available for preseason. So they've already started preseason.
Lovely. I like that. I like to hear it.
So I think it was, Odegaard's joined them, Ben White, Vieira, Smith Rowe, Eddie Nketiah, Nelson, Carl Hein, who just signed a new contract with Arsenal, which is interesting.
Yes.
Does that mean the end of Aaron Ramsdale? Does that just simply mean they want to get a price for him? So it's not like a Conquo who's just gone on a free to Wrexham and signed a full deal with them. I don't know, but it does feel a little bit like Carl Hein might be our backup keeper next year to David Raya.
I'd like to see more of him because I don't feel like we see much.
He's apparently very good. I've really seen so little, but with the way in which he hardly gave out any games from David Raya this year to Ramsdale, do we need that intenser backup? Again, touch wood. Now I've said that, David Raya gets injured. We have Carl Hein in every single competition for the whole year.
I feel like when you need depth all over the field these days, I think, just in case. Yeah. I think at top clubs, like you look at Man City, they always have a good substitute goalkeeper.
Yeah, very good. And then they also have a 40-year-old third keeper as well, just to kind of...
And he's collecting trophies at this point.
Yeah, and I think that is something we've not really done for a long time. So I wouldn't be opposed to Chesney coming in, or someone like that. And you just have Raya as the keeper.
Yeah.
And the plan is he plays in every comp.
Yeah.
But behind him is a young keeper like Hein, and behind him is a vet like Chesney. And therefore, if anything happens to Raya,
yeah,
you've got that experience and that youth, and you'll be able to get through with a combination of the two. Yeah, so they're in Marbella. They've already started preseason, and again, some of those players I named, they're like either going to be sold or they're big players for us.
Yeah,
Timber is gone. So about a lot of these players, because obviously, the Brazilian lads, Martinelli and Gabby are over in doing
Copa America.
Copa America. Then I think Jesus is doing his own training, but I think he's now about to join up with them.
Nice.
But I mean, Nelson, Eddie, Jesus, Hein, Odegaard, White, Timber. There's already a nice crew there starting to form. And obviously, it looks like Kivior is about to head home. So he'll be going to have a 2 to 3 week. Again, another player who could be either a big part next year or being sold.
Yeah.
As much as Rice, Ramsdale, Saka, and Saliba are in teams that are very much underperforming,
yeah,
you still feel they might go a lot further into this comp.
Yes.
So those guys won't be going home anytime soon, especially David Raya, who got his first tournament game the other night for Spain and got clean sheet. He had one weird moment where he hit a ball at the back of someone's head and it went in or something. But I mean, that's David Raya for you. And I mean, Golden Glove. Let's just leave it there, you know?
His story is wild, though. I feel like we need to look into his story at some point more, like from where he came from to what he's doing now.
To give you an idea, he's homegrown.
Yeah.
So figure that one out.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, he was a Blackburn. There's all sorts.
All this preseason talk's got me very excited, though. The idea of our players all together again with Mikel in the sun.
Oh, this is it. And guess what? And over at Spurs, where's Ange Postecoglou? He's doing punditry.
Just talking a lot.
So this is, there's levels to this game, and we've just learned them.
Yeah.
Albeit Pep Guardiola went to game 4 of the championships, he's a Celtics fan.
Yeah.
In Dallas.
Yeah.
They lost. He went onto the court post-game to talk to one of the players.
Okay.
And he was giving it one of those, like the cameras are watching. They spoke for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That guy was the MVP of the next game where they won the championship 4-1 against the Mavericks back in Boston, which Pep went to as well. And he cited Pep Guardiola's, what he told him is what made him unlock their defense.
That's crazy.
So is Pep Guardiola done with club football because he's actually going to go become an NBA coach?
Big sport brain.
I think sometimes people like that, I think they just pick up on patterns. He's obviously a huge NBA fan. So, for example, I couldn't tell you anything about, I couldn't give you any kind of beneficial tactic, but I could give you some vague football tactic. If I was in America and I was a professional wrestler and a football player asked me something, I could give you some information.
Yeah.
But this is the best coach in probably football history.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of, used it to explain basketball, which, by the way, is a very similar game.
There's got to be, some crossover with sports. Like, 'cause it's not just necessarily knowing how football works. It's, I think these days, we've seen it with Mikel in the Prime Doc. It's man management. And it's also, like you say, picking up on patterns, picking up on like what everyone's doing. There's formations, there's plays, it all kind of crosses over to the same thing. I don't know if Southgate could do the same thing, though.
He definitely can't.
I don't think he's figured football.
And for example, I don't think Pep could go to like the NFL. And one, he's not a fan. I don't think it translates.
No.
A transitional sport like football, like basketball.
Yeah, quick.
Yeah, ice hockey even. There's things like that I think certain principles work the same.
Yeah.
But either way, he's a big Celtics fan. I like the fact that his preseason was him just going around America totally alone to watch the finals without his family after a year of working.
Yeah.
And now he's probably back with them now. But their preseason is probably starting pretty soon. But other than that, I know that Sesko re-signed with Leipzig, like we've mentioned.
Yeah.
Been a lot of talk about Eze, Nico Williams, Gyökeres has been a big one, but I'm hearing from James McNicholas that seems to be a bit of paper talk, but he couldn't write off the Eze talk that he wasn't sure. So that's a big one to watch. Dembele from France as a central midfielder. Onana still hanging about in that situation. There is a elder Spanish guy, and I've completely blanked his name. He played for Newcastle about 4 or 5 years ago, and he's over in, it might be Sevilla. Oh, I could be wrong. But Barcelona are interested in him. And so he's 28. He's tall. It doesn't seem like something that Arteta would buy, but that's being quite ramped up in a minute. So
yeah,
hey, I trust the process. So if it happens, I'll go with it.
Hell yeah.
But we'll see.
Yep.
All right. We've done all that. Last week we started with England, ended with Arsenal. This week we're going a little bit of Arsenal there.
Yep.
And I mean, hey guys, you're only 10 minutes in.
Yes.
Now we're going to get tucked into the Euros, and not just the Euros, England.
Let's make chicken salad, shall we?
So, well, yeah, like I said, I've got two sets of opinions here, and we're going to get to that after the short break from SEAK Geek.
Shout out to SEAK Geek for sponsoring. We recently became a brand ambassador for them. SEAK Geek is a ticket app that takes confusion out of buying tickets. They have a 0 to 10 score on each ticket to know if you're getting a good or bad deal. Green is good, red is bad. Plus, our listeners get $20 off their first ticket purchase with our code TBAWRESTLING. Click the link in the description to download the app. Remember code TBAWRESTLING. Thanks again to SEAK Geek.
And we're back.
Hey,
we're back. So, yes, Euros time.
Let's do it.
So, England. Should we start with England?
Yeah.
I guess we should. So,
job done so far.
I'll say this, job is very much done.
Yeah.
And we have not peaked at the right time.
I tell you what,
at the wrong time.
If you, let's say you were following lightly and you weren't watching the games necessarily, but just going by, how it's gone so far as the groups go.
Yeah.
You'd be very happy.
Yeah, if you hadn't seen it, I think you'd see top of the league, 5 points. I think 5 looks always a little bit because you know that that's a win and 2 draws. It's the only way to get to 5. It's a little underwhelming. Like before the tournament, I think I wanted or expected 2 wins and a draw.
Yeah.
And again, the way in which the tournament's going, I'm not surprised at the 5 points because other than, Portugal and teams like that kind of have just won the 2 games. Like Portugal haven't played at the time of this recording. They were already on 6 points.
Yeah.
But no one's really just grabbing all the points. Does that make sense?
No one's setting the world alight.
Yeah, Germany looked great for 2 games, and then the third game they got a late draw, which got them 7 points. Which again, 7 points is very good. That's what I kind of expected for England.
Yeah.
But I think there's a couple hidden factors that I think people aren't paying into, but there's multiples. First, it's the group.
Yep.
When you look at the group, Slovenia, we played last night. That team haven't lost in 11 games. They haven't lost since 2022.
Yeah.
They haven't lost in this tournament.
And
that's their greatest thing they've ever achieved. That's a very good team.
Yeah.
Serbia have conceded about 3 goals in about 9-10 games.
Yeah.
They're a very stubborn team. They're not a great team, but they're very stubborn. Then the other team is Denmark, who bookies 7th favourites for the whole competition.
Wow.
That's 3 or 4 ahead of Swiss. That's about 10 ahead of Austria.
Yep.
The teams that now we're looking at and going, oh wow, they're going to be awkward games.
Yeah.
That's a decent group. And I think maybe we looked at it and I think we all kind of felt the same. We looked at it and went, that's going to be low scoring and kind of just stubborn, but I think we'll win 2, draw 1. That's kind of how we felt.
Yeah.
In hindsight, there's 7 goals in the whole of that group.
Yes.
And that's not a lot of goals.
Yeah.
In 6 games, there were 7 goals. I think it's 6 games, isn't it? Everyone plays 3.
Yes.
So does that make sense?
Wait. Yeah. No. 9.
We've played how many games? 3.
3.
Yeah. So match week 1, 2 teams play.
Yeah. Football math.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 games.
Is it
6 games.
Okay.
But 7 goals, which is the joint lowest.
Yeah.
Ever in history. And we were also in that group. And then if you go to the next 3rd and 4th place, the worst amount of goals ever, England also in 3 and 4. So that's obviously an indictment on England.
Yeah.
But I'll say this. England have given up, defensively in the tournament so far, we're ranked number 1 for XG allowed, goals allowed, everything combined.
Yeah.
we're not allowing any chances.
Yeah, eye test wise, when you watch the games, you're not seeing much threat on our goal.
And again, Slovenia and Serbia don't threaten that much, but Serbia are also all 6'2" and have Mitrovic and Vlahovic up front.
Yep.
They create nothing.
Yeah.
Slovenia have Sesko up front, but they don't really create much. They tend to draw a lot and they're very stubborn.
Yeah.
And we didn't win, but we beat Serbia. Mm-hmm. Then Denmark, a very good team, they created one goal and it was a turnover and a shot from about 25 yards.
Yeah. They
didn't create anything else. So as far as that goes, it's good. If we had put in maybe an extra goal in the Denmark game or a goal last night, we won 1-0, 2-1, 1-0. I think people will be going, Jesus, like that'd have been 9 points. And again, easy to say that because that didn't happen. So, and it does, like, it's like saying, oh, if we'd won 6-0 last night, everyone would have been happy. It's like, yeah. because you scored 6 goals.
But I feel like in tournament football though, you don't really see a crazy amount of goals, really, like often.
Well, this is it. Like we had a couple 3-0s, we had a 5-1, but realistically, it's low scoring. It's getting lower because it's becoming more guaranteed. Like you have to get a result.
Yeah.
So as that happens, people become more stubborn. And, we're Arsenal fans, so we did the podcast all year. And how often did you hear us talk about low blocks? And I mean, Arsenal are one of the most talented club football teams at breaking down a low block. But do you know how many times we won or drew 1-1 or 1-1-0 or looked really average or lost? For example, West Ham did the lowest, dirtiest block at the Emirates, cost us the whole league.
Yeah.
We lost 2-0, should have been 3-0.
Yeah.
We were like the Harlem Globetrotters trying to break them down. It was amazing. And then they just kept scoring on the counter. And I mean, Denmark are a lot better than West Ham.
Yeah.
Is what I mean. And Arsenal are a lot better than England at breaking down a low block, like Man City are. But breaking down a low block is the hardest thing for a team to do.
Yeah.
Especially when, for example, last night, they didn't even have an interest in scoring because they knew they just needed a draw.
Yeah.
So they didn't even need to counterattack, which leaves holes. They just sat. And I mean, 3 low blocks in a row. Even at club level, Real Madrid play against low block. They struggle. Sometimes it's 0-0. Sometimes they lose. It's horrible. If you look across the Germany's group, everyone tried to play for some reason. When you look at Portugal's group, Spain's group, every game is everyone trying to play, and it's holes everywhere.
Well, even Scotland tried to play against Germany in that first game.
Yeah, and look at what happened. And that's what I mean. So I think there's these hidden factors like the low blocks. So people say, well, you got to figure out that. It's like, you do, but I mean, club level people who play together every single day also struggle to do that. And that's why teams like Arsenal and Man City get good at it, is because guess what? 90% of the league, they're against low blocks now because teams go in with the mentality of don't let them score.
Yeah.
Guess what? England are now a high level team. Every team's going to go in with the thought of don't let them score.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to be a little bit more imaginative with the way in which they build it up. But last night I just saw moments. I thought game 1 was an average game, but the goal and the win definitely kind of
softened the blow.
But I mean, we were a little bit hanging on at the end of that. Denmark, we started well until we got the goal.
Yeah.
And then did a Southgate in the Euros 2020 final.
Panic.
Let's get behind the ball and hold on to it. And we never got back out of that. And that's a big issue because that's a Southgate issue that's been ongoing.
Yeah.
Then last night, I thought the first 20 minutes was identical, sideways, backwards. No one wants to play it through. No one's looking to come in. Conor Gallagher was way too high. There was a line of 4 guys. There was Rice with the defense and nothing in between.
Yeah.
And considering all we need to do is pass through those lines, there's no one to pass it to.
No.
So the defense will kind of, they had Pickford shouting at them to get higher. They were shouting at the forwards to come get it. You had Rice telling the defenders to bypass him because obviously he goes back to the rest of the team.
Yeah.
It was just disjointed. The last 15 minutes, I said it in group chats, I really felt like they've started to find their feet.
Yeah.
People were coming and dropping and going around the back. And I thought, I think they're trying to get their feet wet here. They're trying to figure this out. And I think they did to an extent. And the second half was much of the same. Yeah, we never broke them down fully and scored. But I mean, how many cutbacks to a tired Jude Bellingham that wasn't in the box?
He seemed very tired.
Yeah, crosses that just whizzed past Harry Kane, and Conor Gallagher completely missed a ball on one of them. Couple really good shots, a good free kick, top corner. Oblak just makes it look simple. Any other day, some of these go in and everyone goes, oh, wow. But the performance merited a goal.
Yeah.
In my opinion. It's not the most fun football. But guess what? When you watch Arsenal, when you watch Man City, sometimes there'll be 60 minutes where you go, even as a fan, you go, this is, it's because they're controlling the game.
Yeah.
And I genuinely believe England, 2 out of 3 games, for majority of the first game and the majority of this one, completely nullified the game, but created chances slowly. But as the game went on, the substitutions, you could see that freshness is what's going to break teams down. Because teams are creating nothing against us. Again, this is going to change in the knockouts. But Palmer looked really good. Gordon, for a minute, even looked good.
He needed a bit longer.
Mainu has to start the next game.
Yeah.
But what I didn't understand the changes. This is the negative part. Is we've got one right-sided winger in Bowen.
Yeah.
He takes Saka off, who looked sharp and was again our main threat, and he brought on Palmer out of position. And again, for a team that have been crying out for 2 wingers, we play with one. He took one off, so we had no wingers. Then he brought Trent on, who needs wingers. Gordon, when he came on, you could see him mouth to the rest of the team, "Give me the ball."
Yeah, and he
tried to take on the player, and then he did one of the best passes I've seen. In the tournament, really, right down the middle, flick around the corner, then Mainu straight to Kane to Palmer, and again, Palmer doesn't know what he's doing once the ball's rolling. He needs it from a dead ball spot.
Yeah,
because he gets all his goals from penalties. Dig, but he just rolls it at the goalie, and if you're looking for 3 shots on target, or Oblak to make 3 saves, fantastic, you've won. But if you're looking for England to win, you have not won.
Yeah.
So that's where we're kind of at. There's things that I just don't. The unbalancedness is confusing. By the end, we had a left-sided player on the right.
Yeah.
We had a number 10 on the left. We had a left-sided player as number 10. We had an aging forward who's clearly not overly fit, playing 90 minutes again.
Yeah.
We had Mainu, Rice, and by the end, I think it was Foden.
Yeah.
It was very hard to understand what was going on. I genuinely believe that going forward, Trent needs to play.
Yep.
I think Mainu has to play, but Trent needs to play in right back.
Yes.
I thought Walker was awful. He couldn't play one pass to Saka's feet.
Yeah, the touches and everything were very unsure.
Everyone's touches. And people say it might be the pitch. So we play on bad pitches in the Premier League at times. And this is the Bundesliga. This isn't, we're not going to play League 2 pitches.
No.
This is the Bundesliga pitches.
Yeah.
Munich are fine on here, and Leipzig and Leverkusen.
I think they did mention last night there is an issue with the laying of the new pitches, as apparently they were laying a different pitch to what they normally have in the Bundesliga. I don't know if that's cost cutting.
Well, the pitch that was we played on the other day was really bad.
Yeah.
And I watched Germany play on it 3 days later, and they couldn't string a pass together.
Yeah.
So that shows you, everyone was, the Germans are so good, they're so good. Then all of a sudden they played on a pitch, and they just drew at the end, the last kick of the game.
Yeah.
And then they played against Swiss, who again are considered ranked lower than Denmark.
Yeah.
We played Denmark on that same pitch and we're 1-0 up.
Yeah.
So it's hard to correlate how these teams are kind of, England bad. Germany, no, they're fine. But Germany did a worse performance on the same pitch against a worse team technically. And you just think, maybe we're going too hard. Again, the eye test, Germany looked a lot better than England. They just drew. Whereas England are not creating, and that's, I think, the biggest issue so far.
Yeah, but I mean, is it down to match up? Like, we've seen 3 games from each team. Each team has their own specific teams they're playing and styles they're playing, and whether the team they're playing is coming onto them at all. We haven't seen, everyone keeps saying, are we worried about this England when they have to face like a Germany or a France? But we won't know till that happens because it's a matchup.
Yeah.
It's dependent on the style of the other team, how they've set up. Are they going to play onto England, which will cause England to then play onto them? It's all different styles. Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like when Arsenal play Chelsea, for example, at the Emirates, we win 5-0.
Yeah,
because Chelsea, even though they weren't in a great situation, still believe they're a big club that should play progressive football, and they shouldn't sit behind the ball. They have too much, not ego, but they have too much pride to go, no, we're going to sit in the low block and counter attack. So they try and play. We win 5-0. When West Ham come, they have no interest in attacking.
No.
They win 2-0.
Yeah.
So, styles make fights, the saying in MMA.
Yeah.
It's exactly true. If we play, for example, it looks like we're going to play it could be a lot of teams.
Yeah.
It's basically a third place team from the last 3 groups. It could be the Netherlands. That's what it seems like, but I don't know why exactly it would be. Could still be Belgium. You know, there's teams that could pop up.
Yeah, because that Belgium group.
The Belgian group, everyone's on 3. And again, guess what? Belgian media still think they're going to win the Euros.
Yeah.
They're on 3 points after 2 games.
The only issue, though, I have is when you watch England with the eye test. I mean, I'm not a football manager, so I don't know the ins and outs.
Yeah.
But when you watch England, there's no real identity. Like that. Take that Slovenia game, for example. The first half of the game was pretty much not knowing what our identity was or how we were set up and what we were trying to do. Yeah. And the second part of the game was players out of position. So that is a worry.
Oh,
I wouldn't say the results and I wouldn't say the performances are necessarily a full worry yet because we haven't come up against.
Yeah, I think results fine. Yeah. Performance bad.
Yeah, because we don't know what we're going to get.
Is a mess.
Yeah, we don't know what they're doing.
That's the problem I have, and it's the fact that he thought it would all change if he brought Gallagher in for Trent.
Yeah,
it's just a worry to me because he needs to trust the other players. I mean, you have a giant squad for a reason.
Yeah.
I think this whole, how do we get Palmer, Saka, Bellingham, Foden, Kane, Rice, Mainu? How do we get these all in the same team? It's like, you don't have to.
No.
Just start, the next game, start Palmer on the right and start Gordon on the left, Kane down the middle, have Saka on the bench, have Foden on the bench, or play Foden number 10, Bellingham's on the bench. Guess what? After 60 minutes, if it's not working, you're bringing Bellingham and Saka off the bench. It's world class. Then if they win you the game, they start the next one, and Foden, Gordon, those guys can get back on the bench. He needs to trust that, when you take Saka off, it's like for like.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he's not taking off Kane or Bellingham in that. Like Bellingham was walking around for about 60 minutes. He does every game.
Yeah.
And he never took him off.
No.
And I mean, that Saka change for Palmer, at that point, Bellingham was playing off the left.
Yeah.
Saka looked absolutely full of energy. Bellingham was walking around. And you just saw, and Foden was starting to get a bit of, rhythm in the middle.
Yeah.
And you thought, oh, if he wants to bring Palmer on, take Bellingham off. Mm-hmm. He's already in the position he wants to be in.
Yeah.
And instead he took off a right-sided player, left the tired player on, put this guy on the right who's not his ideal position.
Yeah.
And you go, literally, it was staring you right in the face. It's like saying, there's 3 Coke cans on the side and a Sprite.
Yeah.
And I need to replace the Coke cans. Okay. And he's picked up the Sprite and put it on the Coke. Like it doesn't.
That's a really good analogy.
No, but you know what I mean? That's what it was. You could look at them in a row and go, oh, there's a pattern there. The really tired guy playing off the left is already out of position and needs a rest.
Yeah.
I know I do. I'll bring a left-sided player on. And as you go to save for him, he goes, for the right-sided player that's full of beans. And then you got 2 centre forwards sat on the bench, and Kane's walking around like, oh my God, I'm knackered. I've just chased the ball the whole game.
Yeah.
Because he can't get into the game. And you just think, what are we doing?
It's hard because I know, again, we're not football managers. He is. But when barely.
I love the idea of us winning the Euros and everyone looking back to this exact part. And that's why I kind of want to get ahead of it, because I really think we're going to do better than what people think.
Yeah.
People going, do you remember when we were saying that Southgate's like a dud, but he just won us a Euros?
Yeah.
And people do forget, we don't win many of these tournaments. No. So we don't really know. In the history of England doing anything in tournaments, we usually start pretty slow.
Yeah.
Most teams do. Spain lost their first game before they won the Euros and the World Cup.
Yeah. They
then drew. Then they won. They snuck through. Then they found their rhythm in the knockouts and they got better. By the final, they were peaking.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do. You want to have an upward trajectory throughout a tournament.
Yeah.
How many times do we watch teams like Germany or Spain and that in the past Euros win 4-0, 3-0, 6-0? And you go, oh, they're going to take some stopping. Then they lose to Croatia immediately.
Yeah.
And everyone forgets about them at the end.
Yeah. That's why
you don't want to be that team.
The way we're doing it now is very different to what we've done in any previous tournament. I don't remember any previous tournament where we've had this much negativity around
us winning the league.
Yeah. But is that because everything we've done before, we've never won? Yep. Is this the change? Has Southgate unlocked something that we aren't aware of yet? Where he's figured out how to win the tournament now. It just looks different. We've never had this.
I think there's truth to that, but I think there's also an element of the eye test is just so bad. And I don't know if I went back and watched Spain lose and draw before they win in the group and sneak through.
Yeah.
And same, Italy did the same. Greece, there's a lot of teams that have done it.
Yeah.
If I went back and watched their games now, would I go, oh, they were really unlucky and they were really good. They just lost.
Yeah.
Or because Fabregas was on there, and he, by the way, really good pundit.
Yeah.
And he said it. He was like, guess what? You start slow.
Yeah.
Because you're nervous. and you're trying to implement a plan that the manager wants.
Yeah.
But the manager has a different plan in a tournament than he does in friendlies. So this is the first time you're hearing it. He's also trying to find who the players are going to be for his tournament.
Yeah.
And again, you can make the perfect 11 10 weeks out. That tournament starts. He in his head 100% thought he was going to play Conor Gallagher, Rice, and Bellingham. I don't think he had a doubt. Then all of a sudden, what happens? He gets close to the tournament and he goes, I have to fit Trent in. He's too good.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden he pulls a player and does something very against his own style. Then it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Then he goes, oh, I need to go back to what I thought I was going to do. He starts that and then that doesn't work. And then he goes, I thought I was not even going to play a minute of Mainu.
Yeah.
Puts Mainu on and goes, okay. And again, it takes a group stage to kind of make you realize all these different things you're going to learn.
Yeah.
And I think we just haven't experienced a lot of this because we haven't done a lot in tournaments.
No.
Again, we could also lose the next game to the Netherlands or someone, and it was just a bad tournament.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, and again, winning the group is still a feat. You know, when you look at people like Slovenia, just happy they've got through to knockouts because they never have. Yeah, we you know, on paper we have the best squad. We are way underperforming.
Yeah,
our attack is the 22nd rank. We're behind Scotland and Georgia.
Yep.
With potentially one of the best forwards of all time.
Yep.
Who plays for Bayern Munich. A guy who just won the Champions League and scored a lot of goals in Bellingham. Foden, who might be, you know, Ballon d'Or of the future, won 6 Premier Leagues in the Champions League already.
Yeah.
Saka, who is unreal and dragged Arsenal from the depths. Declan Rice, £100 million signing, who's done unbelievable things to Arsenal. The defenders are people like Walker, Stones, who have won Champions Leagues and 6 Premier Leagues. No other team has this.
No.
When you look at the Spain squad, you can't find all these accolades. You look at Portugal, you can't find these accolades. You have Ronaldo and a couple others. You can't find this style and amount of quality.
Yeah.
But they're behind Georgia and Scotland for scoring goals and creating chances. It's mad. And again, Georgia are worth their, you know, salt, essentially. But Scotland, they're below Scotland.
I think that's the biggest slight on what Southgate's doing is the lack of what he's getting out of probably the best team in the tournament on the field. That's the main issue is he's not finding how to make that set of players pull it together.
Not just that, not just the best team in the squad in the Euros, the best ever England team.
Yeah,
minus 66 because obviously that changes everything. Because by the way, if this team does win the Euros and we stumble through this, we stumble through the next one, then we win 3-1, then we win 3-0, and then we go to the final and have a good performance. No one's going to remember the group.
No.
And everyone's going to put this guys down as better than 66
because
the squad is unreal. So if they then deliver, people are going to forget about this.
Yeah.
But if they don't deliver, they've set themselves into a, you know, they're either going to be villains or heroes, like really big time. Because I think other than a final, especially the side of the bracket we've ended up on.
Yeah.
And I mean, you couldn't have asked for better things to happen. Germany were going to become second up until the 96th minute.
Yeah.
And guess what? They would have been on our bracket.
Yeah.
They score a late draw. They end up on the left side. Last night, who would have thought Austria would beat Netherlands 3-2?
Yeah.
And France would draw. You know?
This is literally our best opportunity right now.
For a minute there, France were on our side. Nope. We couldn't score last night. If Denmark had, where do we go? Left side of the draw, playing Germany. And we would have probably got destroyed because we're not peaking yet. So what we need is a team that I don't want to say it because touch wood. We need a team like the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Look at what they did with Austria. They open up. They don't really kind of respect teams. So they allow open football.
They want to play.
That's kind of what we need. And then our actual quality should show. Because that's what threw me off is, you know, Italy in the last second of the game, they knocked Croatia out. The ball rolls exactly like Parma's one to the Italian lad that scores. And I don't know who he is. I don't think he plays for a Massey. He's an Italian player.
Yeah.
He curls that into the far corner, absolutely unsavable.
Yep.
And you just think, oh my God, with the whole tournament on the line, he curls that in the top bins. And then you think with our squad and our quality and what Parma's done this season, the Premier League, best league in the world, we roll it to him and he just rolls it to the keeper. And you just think, whoa, you know, what's this? As Arsenal fans, we always say this sometimes when we have shots from outside the box. They kind of trickle to the goal and you go, why is it when I watch Southampton, he pops out in the top bins?
I don't understand what the difference is. Even with Conor Gallagher's... Conor Gallagher's... attempt at a header last night.
He just missed the ball.
He didn't even jump. All he had to do was jump and header it.
I know, and if you watch Georgia,
anyone gets an opportunity.
Watch Georgia today.
Yeah,
if that happened,
they'll do it.
Oh, like that. By the way, that ball was good enough for a goal.
Yeah, yeah.
And again, that's the difference. Is that it's if he glances that and it goes in, we go 1-0 up.
Yeah.
Slovenia come out to play them because they have to draw.
Yeah.
We score 2, we score 3, we score 4. Everyone goes, oh my God, we're winning the whole thing.
So what's the difference though? Like, why is it that Conor Gallagher, who is a Premier League player...
That is 100% not a manager thing. And I know everyone wants to pile all on Southgate. There's obviously some kind of nerve or something that comes with these players.
There's definitely... we have a pressure around us.
Massively.
More so than I think other countries do.
Yeah, and I don't know why. And I know that's why... So basically, this is the other point I wanted to make. I like 2 parts of this, but for different reasons. Shearer, Lineker, all these guys on the punditry and then on their podcast basically say England are crap.
Yeah.
England, then Rice comes out, and I like it. He has a little bit of bite, and he kind of says, you know, you've all had the show, and you've all experienced what we're experiencing right now. And guess what? You all did awfully.
Yeah.
I've been to a final. He basically said.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you're popping at me when you guys did nothing.
Yeah.
And then kind of said, but what you need to do is rally behind us. You know, let your Jude Bellinghams know how good he is and stuff like this. And I was like, okay. And then Kane kind of said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
2 parts. One, what they're saying is correct. Yeah. They did do nothing.
Yeah.
But also their job is to analyze the game they've just watched.
Yeah.
It's not for them to cheerlead young players who have won the Champions League already.
Yeah.
Like Jude Bellingham and Phil Foden. Like what? You can't have a TV show where their job is to analyze. It's like us going, you know, I don't want this podcast to make it back to Saliba, but he scores 3 own goals and he costs Arsenal the game. And we come in and go, Saliba, that wasn't good enough. Yeah. And then Saliba going, whoa. What you need to do is rally behind me at this point. Yeah. It's like, no, my job is to be a fan and to be, you know, to analyze what we saw and like, not obviously to abuse them. No one abused anyone. No. Like, they were just saying that was really bad. Yeah. And they know it was bad because when they even won a game, they all sat on the pitch like dejected. Yeah. When they drew the last 2 games, they sat on the floor dejected. Then they do the interview and they go, yeah, I think it was a good performance. You're like, why were you sat on the floor then? Yeah. You obviously know something wasn't right. So I think I see both sides. I like a little bit of bite from the players, and I thought it was going to have a bigger reaction than it did. And they obviously had some kind of reaction because they got aggressive in that game. But the pundits don't need to be cheerleading these. It's like they're like a 10-year-olds or something. Like, it's like these are 21-year-olds and 20-year-olds that have won the Champions League already, and you want them to remind them how good they are. That's the manager's job. Yeah. I will play devil's advocate to what they're asking for, though. Like, I feel like they're not asking them to just kind of be nice or lie. I feel like it's more they want the pressure to be different. Because I think the more the pundits pile on, the more the media piles on them, the worse the pressure gets. And the worse it's going to get for the players, the worse it's going to get for the squad. What they want is not for them to lie, but to kind of create a slightly different atmosphere. Because that's what the pundits, that's their job. Yeah. Everything they say kind of shapes how we view it as well. Yeah. So if the pundits and the commentators are piling on, we're going to then pile on because that's all we're hearing. Yeah. We're seeing what's happening on the field. We know what's happening. We know it's not ideal. Yeah. But what they want the pundits to do is kind of just lift the atmosphere slightly, just so we have a little bit more positivity around the team. Like, I know it's not good. We all know it's not good. You can explain why it's not good all day, but just kind of lift the atmosphere. Like, because they went hard. Like, I mean, after that Denmark game, I don't think I've ever watched a game where the commentators and the pundits were so negative about what they were seeing. But it, again, is that because they're talking more like fans at this point? I know they're supposed to talk about what's going on the field, but give us reasons as to why it's happening. Explain to us, like maybe people that don't understand necessarily why it's going the way it's going. Explain what's happening, what's gone wrong, what needs to be fixed. Don't sit there for the 90 minutes and then the after and just kind of pile on negativity and just talking about how bad everything is, really. Like, you can't really do that because it spreads just more and more pressure, and there's already enough pressure on the players. Yeah, it's mad. I get it, but I also think, and again, the way the England players are seeing it is, we just won the group. Why are you all so mad? Yeah. But it's like, yeah, because it's not good. It isn't good, and I'm not trying to deflect that. I thought the game yesterday was better. Yeah. I think if we were at 100%, I think game 1 and 2 we're at like 10% quality. I think once we hit near the halftime yesterday, I think we hit to about 25.
Yeah.
I think by the end we're at 50%.
Yeah.
And again, in a long tournament, you can't be at 100% for the 7 games into the final.
No.
So what you want to do, because you could go good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, and it's potluck whether the final's good or whether the game that you had to be really good was good.
Yeah.
You kind of have to have this like slow trajectory.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening. Like I said, you lose the next one, then I think it was an underperforming, massively underperforming.
If this goes nowhere and they go out quick, this is not going to go.
But I mean, they've also won the group. Every other big team that aren't worried about it have ended up on the other side of the bracket because they came second in their group all of a sudden, and no one's complaining. We've ended up on this side of the group that's very manageable. By the way, the only teams that are better than us are Germany. Like before the tournament, you all agreed. Germany, France, are the main ones.
Yeah.
Spain, Portugal, maybe.
Yeah.
They're the ones that we were like, let's avoid. That as long as we don't play those guys, we should win every game.
Yeah.
We've avoided all of them.
We've managed it.
We only play any of them in the final.
Yeah.
The teams we're going to be playing, Austria, by the way, who might be the best team in the tournament.
Yeah.
Austria, Switzerland, Italy, Netherlands. These are the teams on our side of the bracket.
Yeah.
That is, if you had said that at the start, we would say, we're going to go to the final. Right now, because of the performances, we've gone, I don't know. But I'm just trusting the process that in tournaments you have to slowly build.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're doing the slowest build.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping this is a good sign.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I'm hoping this is a thing.
But I mean, doing what we're doing on this episode, we didn't want to be too negative because obviously we're positively Arsenal, England, football in general. I think you have to take the positives. I think they were very quick and loud about the negatives that were happening. But like you say, we've won the group. The other stronger teams didn't. We did our job. We did what we had to do. We're now on a favourable side of the bracket. Now talk about the positives. Talk about that. Like, forget about the performances of the last 3 games. They're behind us. We did our job. We got the points. We won the group. Now talk about the positives. You don't have to necessarily only talk about negatives. And I know negatives do a lot of the time get clicks. And in general, I don't know if it's an English thing or what, but the negatives seem to be how we do things. Like, everyone likes talking about negatives. Like, the only time you can really hold a conversation with someone in England is when you're being negative about something and they can get on board as well and be negative too. So positivity doesn't always get views, clicks, good conversations. Negativity tends to be the things that create good conversations.
Yeah.
But now talk about the positives. Talk about what we've achieved. We've achieved winning the group and getting a favourable side of the bracket. We move on to the next one.
I agree. And that is kind of how I feel generally. Is after the Denmark game, I thought it was awful. In the first 20 minutes, I was shouting in our front room of, I don't understand this, and this.
Yeah.
Why are they doing that? Why are they doing that? And then they started to not do it. And I thought, okay, I'll leave that.
Yeah.
Then they started to do less. And I was like, okay. I felt like it built, and I think this is what you need to do. The only downside is it's almost like you're learning to swim in the shallow end.
Yeah.
Now we've dropped into off a waterfall and we're in the deep.
We'll figure it out now.
Yeah, it's like, did they learn to swim in that time or did they not? We're about to fight.
Yeah.
And again, if we win the next game 2-0, 3-0, I think everyone will go, oh, we did peak. We are starting to peak.
Yeah.
And then with the side of the draw we're on, there's absolutely no reason why that England team can't get this together.
Yeah.
Whatever team he puts out and figure this out and get to a final. But who knows?
We'll see.
We'll see. And we'll find out. We have just gone live on TikTok. It's 10 a.m. GMT. Every single week we do this. Obviously, if you're on the live right now, could you give us a like? Just smash that like button as many times as you can.
All the hearts.
Because it'll just help it, promote it. We're going to talk a bit of England on TikTok now. We've just done it on the podcast. Gunners Are Us, Spotify and iTunes, 5-star review, do all that good stuff. But we'll be back next Wednesday.
Yep.
And it will be some mix of Joe, me, or Elton Prince from the WWE.
Yeah.
I don't know what mix it will be. I'll be in a different country. But it will make its way up. It might not have an intro.
Something will happen.
It's going to be very al fresco. I like to put that in every podcast. It's going to be very al fresco. We're going to figure this out.
Who's he?
On the fly. We're going to call it In the Ring. I'll say that.
Oh, yeah.
And the TikTok live's already at 300 likes.
Hey, everybody.
And look at Rob. Rob's in there, Rob Neo.
Hey,
and
Rob.
He's given 2 roses. I appreciate that
Isaac
so much.
Davis, hello.
But we're going to end the podcast now, and I'll start editing while we're doing the live.
Yes.
We're talking all things England. Make sure you start getting involved in this little community we got on TikTok every week, 10 a.m. GMT.
Fun.
But we'll see you next week when England have beaten the likes of 3 other teams that I don't know who they are quite yet. But we'll win. And we're in the good side of the bracket. We're going to win. It's coming home.
It's all good.
Let's just say that.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.